my baby making noises. Anyway, so I want to do a story time on the time I got double jaw corrective surgery. I want to tell you guys about my experience with jaw surgery and how I had a pretty quick recovery. So in 2018, September of 2018, I believe it was like September 27th of 2018, I underwent double jaw corrective surgery. So a little background, I had braces when I was in middle school because I had an underbite, but they called it a crossbite. So let's pretend it's my top jaw, this is my bottom jaw, right? My teeth were like this, kind of to the side like that. That's why they called it a crossbite. And yeah, I burned myself. Yeah, I had a crossbite, and they told me in middle school that the braces weren't going to correct it, but they were like, let's just try and see. So I had those braces on in middle school for less than a year, and they were like, yeah, no, nothing's going to happen. In order to fix this, you're going to need surgery. I'm like, yeah, whatever. Nothing's wrong with me. I don't really need it. My teeth were straight before the braces, so the braces were really only there to help with my bite and my jaw. But yeah, it didn't help at all. So they told me the only way to fix it would be with surgery, and I was like, yeah, whatever, I'm not about to do that. So fast forward to like the end of high school, beginning college, I was starting to experience pain, like in my jaw, in my mouth. If I would eat certain foods like gummy foods or like steak or anything you had to chew for a while, my jaw would hurt. And it got to a point where it was so painful. I came home like the end of my junior year of college. I came home and I was eating like gummy worms or something, and I was in pain, like crying my eyes out. So I got an emergency appointment to my dentist, and he was like, yeah, bro, I told you. It's going to only get worse as you get older. You don't have a cavity. It's your nerves working harder than they're supposed to work because your jaw is misaligned. The only way to fix this is with surgery. So I was like, okay, let's get the surgery. So I decided that I was going to get the surgery, and I wanted it done before I graduated college. It was a really expedited experience. You're supposed to get your braces on prior to your surgery. I had to get braces again because they had to make sure that my teeth were straight. So over the years, my teeth went from like this to kind of like this. They had to put braces on so it can be completely straight like this. So that when they did the jaw surgery, all they had to do was move the jaws in place like this. So that summer I went to California to do research over there for the entire summer, and I had to wear braces that whole time and then come back to school, back to college that September and August. And I really didn't want to be in college with braces. It was cool in middle school because everybody had braces, but in college it was not cool. I did not like it at all. I didn't really smile as much, but I am going to be inserting pictures so you can see. But I had braces, and it made my underbite like so bad. It was so noticeable. I couldn't even talk. Like all my S's sounded crazy. My S's still sound crazy, but they really sounded crazy when I had those braces on, and I was just ready to have the surgery. I went to an HBCU for undergrad, and September, October leads into homecoming. And this was a homecoming it was my first homecoming as a Greek. Like, I was Greek, bro. I had to be at homecoming, and I had to make sure that my face wasn't all fat and crazy. So I had the surgery at the end of September. I pretty much had about 2 weeks to get ready to go back to school for homecoming. Like, that was just my whole thing. Like, I have to be back at school for homecoming. And my doctor is like, it's not gonna happen. Like, your face is really fat, it's swollen, you went under surgery. Like, you had surgery, bro. You gotta calm down. You gotta stay home. And I'm like, no. So I researched everything I could to help with inflammation and swelling. And I would put on like turmeric mask on my face. I would put hot compresses, cold compresses, and just like get it down. I also didn't like the medicine that they gave me because I don't really like prescription drugs of any kind, but especially the kind they give you after surgery because it's painful. Like if you don't have the medicine, it's painful. But you thug it out. That's what I did because I didn't want to take that medicine. So I probably took the medicine maybe like one day after I had the surgery, and then after that it was don't talk and don't move your face because you'll be in a lot of pain. I will insert pictures of my first day out of the hospital. I think I only stayed like a day in the hospital and then I came home. And then I'm going to show you what I looked like two days after the hospital. Like I was determined to get back to homecoming. All right, so as you saw, my face went down a significant amount in those 2 days. Fast forward to the 2 weeks. It was probably about October 10th ish. I was ready to go back to school. And I still looked crazy. Still couldn't really like move my mouth as much. But if I didn't move my mouth, then I looked good. If I didn't like talk to people, my cousin, my little cousin, she was like, Didi, you look like one of the housewives from like the Real Housewives, but whatever, because I had like my face was so tight. When I tell you I was talking and I was like so bad, it was bad, but I looked presentable enough to be at homecoming, and everybody around me, my friends lied to me and told me I looked good and I was okay. My recovery process wasn't bad. And that's because, like I said, I was determined to get somewhere. And I was determined to make sure that I was okay. But I went to all my doctor's appointments and they were all like, wow, your swelling went down quickly. You're able to move your mouth. And I was like, the pain went away. It didn't last long at all. Maybe the first 2 weeks. But when I went back to school, after that, like I didn't have pain. Like the pain that I had prior to the surgery didn't have. The pain that I had because of the surgery, I didn't have. It was just learning how to talk again because now my jaw is in a completely different space. Another thing that I wanted to note about the surgery was because they moved my teeth, I guess like my teeth kind of spread apart. So my top teeth were looking like this, literally like this. So I had to go back to the dentist because I had an orthodontic surgeon and the dentist. So I had to go back to the dentist so he can fix my braces. And he like put rubber bands or whatever and closed up the gaps that the surgery caused. And after that, you couldn't tell me anything. And I got my braces off within 2 months of the surgery. No, I'm lying. I got it off that summer. Yes, that summer. I got it off that summer. So my diet, I was on liquid diet for 2 weeks. So that made my head look a whole lot smaller than my body because obviously I'm on a liquid diet. I got skinnier. I'm already a skinny girl, but I'm on a liquid diet. I'm gonna get super skinny, and my head is fat, so I look like a lollipop. Guys. But once I was able to incorporate some soft foods and some soft solids, I was gaining a little bit more weight. And some of the things that I would eat like Boston Market. They have mashed potatoes and meatloaf. So when I was back at school, that's what I would eat. And when I was interning, I interned at NASA. So they have this a cafeteria on campus, and it was like they cater to whatever needs you have. Sorry, fixing my daughter. Yeah, they cater to your food needs. So I would eat biscuits and gravy. It's a southern thing. From Jersey, we never have no biscuits and gravy. But at NASA, that's what I would eat every single morning was biscuits and gravy. And I would not chew. I would kind of like mush it with the top of my mouth. But it was good. The gravy made the biscuit soft. The biscuit was already soft, but the gravy made it softer. I'm going on a tangent, but you get it. You get it. It was good. It was good. And that's how I went. Now I am about 3 years. 3 years post-op, and wow, I don't even know what post-op means. 3 years past the surgery, and I feel great. I do not have any of that pain. My smile is even better. I loved my smile before. Like, don't get me wrong. I loved how I looked before, but I love how I look now. And I love that it comes with no pain. One of the kids from school was like, so you basically just went through plastic surgery. I was like, no, because plastic surgery, I don't really know what goes on in plastic surgery, but I have a lot of metal in my mouth. And that was another thing I was really scared of, was the amount of metal that I have. Like, I can kind of feel my screws right here. I have screws on this side, screws and plates on this side. I can't feel them up here because I don't know why, but I have them here. I'll insert my Xrays so you can see I really have like metal all here, all here, all here, all here. And it's never coming out. But when I travel, like, you would never know. You would never even know. It doesn't even beep. But I definitely felt like Kanye West Through the Wire. Like, that song really hit different. I had a boost for breakfast, an inshore for dessert. Anyway, yes. I understood Through the Wire a whole lot better because I was metal mouthed. Having corrective jaw surgery, I felt like That's So Raven, the character of That's So Raven. I would like send people that meme, send people That's So Raven meme, because that's how I felt. It's really how I felt. And I would tell people not to make fun of me. Like, now everybody can make fun of me. Like, I'm good. But at that point, if you told me that my face was fat, or if you told me that I looked crazy, I'll just burst out in tears. Like, don't tell me I look like that. Kind of like how I was when I was pregnant. I'm sorry. She's trying to go to sleep and I'm just talking. Go to sleep. So that's it. That is my experience with the jaw surgery. Would I do it again? Yes. I researched everything that I needed to get me through. So, So, yeah. 10 out of 10 recommend if you need it. If it's something that you really need, or if you're really like self-conscious about your underbite or your crossbite or whatever. Yeah, go ahead and get that thing. For me, it wasn't that bad. But they also tell you the younger you get it. But I'm pretty sure I was like, 21 when I got it. That's pretty good. It's not like 17, but you can get it when you're younger too. But yeah, if you're an adult later in life and you're getting it, like a grown adult, I don't know how to describe it, but you get it. You should still get it, because I can't imagine right now still having that same pain. Another piece of the pain that I didn't talk about earlier was I used to get like lockjaw, and normally when you get lockjaw, it's like your jaw locks when it's closed. No, my jaw locked when it was open. Like when I was yawning, it'll lock, and I'm like, it was painful. It was just a whole lot of pain, and I'm just glad that I don't experience that pain anymore. I can sleep on the sides of my face, and I don't wake up sore. I can eat whatever I want to eat, and it's not sore. It's just a great thing. So if you are considering getting double jaw surgery, this is somebody who has gotten it, and 3 years later, I'm Gucci. Like, it's good. So I recommend it for you. I recommend that you continue to watch videos on YouTube, because that's what I did. It was like, I don't know if I can do this. This is scary. Watch people's videos. Listen to their stories and just make your final decision. Anyway, thanks for watching. See you in our next video. Strangers again.